In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I generated over $500,000 with my skinny tumblers on Etsy. I'm going to dive straight into my shop, WimlyMugs, where I'm going to reveal what I did with my photos, my designs, my keywords, my price points, and everything that went into these listings to generate this level of success. So let's get right into it. All right, so right here in front of me are my top 20 best-selling skinny tumblers of all time. Now, I had about 208 total skinny tumblers listed, and these top 20 did over 21,000 sales on Etsy. So there is a lot to extract out from each of these. Now, I don't want to just give you a glance view like this and be like, cool, he ran, 1,500 with this one, 1,700 with this one, 2,100 on this one, 2,400 on this one. I want to give you a lot more of a high-level approach. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump right into the Etsy app. I'm not going to physically jump this time, don't worry. But we're going to go into the Etsy app, and I want to break down what I did with my front photo, my secondary photos, my design attributes on these listings. I want to go over my price points that I had on these, any variations I used. I want to look at titles and tags. I want to literally look at all of it with you so that you can find the highest levels of success with this product type. And you may be asking yourself, like, dude, how can you do that? How are you just revealing this information for free on YouTube? And the reason is this. I own a fulfillment company called Inner Circle Prints, where we specifically give you access to strategic product types in the POD space that no one else is able to give you access to at the price points that we provide. So with that being said, the better information that I can give for you, the better you're going to do in your business. And the better you do in your business, the better I do in mine. So with that being said, I'm going to do what no other print provider does. And I'm going to break down all of the information from these best-selling products, give it to you all on the golden platter week after week after week after week. And all you need to do is go access my fulfillment. You can go to innercircleprints.com. It's in the description below. You can head over there. You can start your 7-day free trial, and you can start getting fulfillment done today with these exact same strategies, these exact same processes, which I'm going to be covering week after week after week for you. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's go jump into the Etsy app and let's break down what I did to make these products so successful on the platform. All right, so we're over here in the Etsy app, and we're going to jump into listing photos first and foremost for this product type. So I'm going to navigate over to the listing details, and let's jump into the photos. Now, what I want to break down for you is both the style and the theme, as well as the components that we added into these listings that allow them to emphasize the right points to the buyer to make sure that we're going to have the highest chance for conversion. So let's click into this front photo here, and we'll start there. Now, for the front photo for this product type, we wanted to maintain the right style and theme. So for this product, the boho, natural, light, airy feel is really what you're looking for pretty much all of your, whether it's a front photo or secondary photos, you're trying to get that style and theme conveyed. Now, I think it's also really important to have a badge on all of your front photos. So our badge in this case said ships next day. Was what we had. Now, with Inner Circle Prints fulfillment, we can't always guarantee next day fulfillment all year round. So what I do, especially with the time it might take you to process an order, sometimes it might take you a full day to get your orders processed, is, emphasize maybe just the shipping speed, like fast shipping or something like that. That was something that we found from reviews from buyers that was really important to them, that they had their item actually arrive quickly to them. So we wanted to convey that on the front end. Now, we also have another badge option I'm going to show you here in a minute. And that one really, really helped us be able to get a really high click-through rate for our business. So I'll show you that one here in a minute. Now, moving over to the secondary photo right here, the first secondary photo, I should say, we had 2 points of emphasis. We had one, the leak-proof slide top lid up top, and then fits in most cup holders down below. And so with both of these, we're easily able to convey a few important pieces of information to the buyer right away. Again, they want a leak-proof lid. They want a sliding top lid. And we found this based on reviews of what customers were loving about the product type and what the customers were not loving about the product type, the ones that leaked or the ones that, didn't have a slide top or whatever it may be. So we wanted to emphasize that based on what we heard from the buyers in this product type. And then the cup holder one's really important. A lot of people want to know, like, if I'm going to, take this with me to go, is it going to actually fit in my cup holder in my car? And that's one beautiful thing about the skinny tumblers, which is a funny little nuance that I believe really helps them sell, is that fact right there. So you want to emphasize it. And we thought it was really smart to do it on this photo here. Next, we had the Love It guarantee. Now, when you have a guarantee on your product, all this does is it improves conversion rate a lot on the product itself. So if someone's kind of on the fence, they're like, I kind of like this product, or, the seller's kind of new, or, I'm just kind of unsure. What you want to do there is you want to provide a guarantee. Now, a guarantee is going to give them that little push that allows them to make the purchase. So our guarantee was this: if your tumbler arrives after the specified date that they see on Etsy, or it shows up damaged, we'll issue you a full refund. So it basically gives them security in their purchase. Now, with this being said, our guarantees across any product type, all of them were never really utilized. I think we maybe had like less than 1% of buyers that actually utilize the guarantee. So the pros far outweigh the cons here. The pros being your conversion rate goes up. Cons being you have to give away, a handful of refunds here and there, but I think it's totally worth it for this product type. Next, we have the emphasis of the capacity of the tumbler. So we want to convey to the buyer, like, how big is this tumbler actually? So we have the 20-ounce capacity, and then we put a little piece on there, the perfect size for at home, on the go, and special events. Now, fun fact here, that saying has now been used across so many different product types. I see it all the time, which cracks me up because that's a funny saying that we came up with for the product. We thought, this is actually, it makes sense. It is the perfect size for at home. It is the perfect size for on the go. It is the perfect size for special events, because we wanted to convey to the buyer, for any scenario you're in, that this is going to be the right tumbler for you. So anyways, I think that's funny that it's used so much now because it's something we came up with. But anyways, we have the greenery in the background. Notice for all of these photos so far, we have the green badge, we have the green text, we have, the green on the actual image with the Love It guarantee. We have the greenery in the background. We have the marble on multiple. All of this is cohesive. It looks like these were all taken together, even though these photos are all from different, platforms or different mock-ups. So one thing you really want to emphasize is always being able to find very cohesive looks and feels with your mock-ups. And then with that, apply the same, color profiles, like we did this, natural kind of sage green on this with the same font selection, which really helped us maintain that look and feel as well. And then the last photo down here, this is more of a detail photo. For those buyers who really want to know everything about the item, this is like a really important one, I think, for tumblers. We have the sliding lid up top. We have the BPA-free lid emphasized there. The silica gel O-ring, so they know that there's like a soft press in. That's that leak-proof stopper there. You have the straw included as well. We have some details on the hot and cold facts. The sublimation coating with a gloss finish and graphics that never fade. So we're emphasizing points here. We have, food-grade stainless steel and it never rusts. And then we have the double wall vacuum insulated. So basically, we're trying to rapid fire anything you want to know about this product. We're going to give it to you in one image here to make sure that all your questions are answered and to really help with conversion for the buyer. All right, so next we're going to look at my product designs. Now, whenever you are doing research to better understand how to design for a product type, there are two different components that you want to really isolate in order to equip yourself to be successful with the product type. And now, number one is you are looking for the KDAs, or key design attributes, for the specific product type you're looking at. So KDAs are elements of design that are consistently used across bestsellers within the product type you're looking at. So for tumblers, there's going to be certain KDAs that might differ from the KDAs for t-shirts. And the KDAs for t-shirts might differ from the KDAs from prints, and so on and so on. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to look at. We're going to look at what are the key design attributes for tumblers. Then second is going to be, what is the actual placement, the size, the scale of some of these different elements of design, whether that is text, whether that is actual artwork, whether that's just positioning. We want to really understand that thoroughly so we can understand, okay, here are the elements of design that are working, and then here's how to position them in order to be successful. All right, so starting out with the key design attributes here, the first one is floral. Now, floral is an amazing design attribute for the tumblers. It typically will run up like the left or right-hand side. You might also see some more thin-lined floral art like birth flowers as well. But with the floral, this is a really good one for the people style product. So, a tumbler for a mom, a grandma, an auntie, a sister-in-law, a mother-in-law, a Gigi, a Mimi, a Nana, a Nona, you name it. If it's a person, that's a female, well. Floral tends to do extremely well here, but this is one of the main KDAs for tumblers. Next, we have cheetah print. Now, cheetah print is something that can be utilized both on the entire surface of the tumbler, or it can be utilized in things like fonts and different elements of artwork. So you can see on the left-hand side, you have the cheetah print on the bottom going up into like a glitter as it goes up. Then you have in the center, you have the actual letters having cheetah print on half of the letter with a more matte color on the other half. And on the right-hand side, you can see that we have the same kind of base cheetah print that goes up, and then it goes into a rainbow up top where there's cheetah print in the rainbow. And then there's also cheetah print over on the other elements, in this case, these pencils, where it kind of ties everything in together. So with the cheetah print, you can kind of use it all across the board within your designs. And next we have rainbows and hearts. Now, why I group these together is that these elements tend to both be kind of secondary pieces in the design. So if you look at this first one right here, you can see the rainbows are kind of sitting around the teacher graphic in the middle. So they're kind of like a pattern print on this one. If we go over to the next one here, this affirmations tumbler, there's rainbows kind of all throughout the different pattern that's on this as well. So again, another element that's kind of secondary to the design. We go over to this heart one right here. This is a heart glyph actually at the end of the word mom. So in this case, the heart is kind of secondary too, but it adds that little flair that's really valuable. If we go down to this one, you can also see another heart glyph. You might be picking up on something here. Use heart glyphs. They actually work really well. We have this heart glyph on this 21 tumbler here. And then one more time on this one, you can see these hearts are secondary to the design itself, but these hearts are placed all around. Now, if you can pick up on these little nuances, you are able to really add that extra touch of value that might be missing inside of all these different niches and micro markets for these tumblers. All right, so next we have glitter. Now, this glitter tumbler right here was actually my best-selling tumbler. It sold almost 3,000 times over. One thing I will preface with glitter is that sometimes you get some negative feedback because people think that it is actually real glitter. So even though we had some issues with negative reviews on this, the pros far outweighed the cons. We sold this again 2,900 times over. One thing I highly recommend is if you do utilize glitter as a KDA, especially if it's a full coverage like this one, you put faux glitter in either the top of your description or in your materials or on a photo. It can just help offset some of those negative reviews. Next, you can see on the same 21 design, you can see the glitter that kind of starts at the bottom and then goes up to the text as well, where you have the 21 right there in glitter. And then over here on this teacher one, you can see these little splotches of glitter kind of all around the teacher design. So you can see some of these designs I've already shown multiple times over that have more than one KDA in them. If they work together, they can be even more effective. And then we have script and personalize. Now, script and personalize are probably utilized the most within this product type. You can see the script fonts running vertically up this tumbler here. You can see all three of these examples. It's actually the same style overall where you have the script, it's sideways, and it runs up the entire front face of the tumbler. And then last but not least, we have watercolor. Now, watercolor is a KDA that's used actually inside of a lot of the elements you'll deploy. So things like floral, or in this case, cow print, or in your text, or other elements, you'll see that watercolor is shining through very consistently. So basically, it's pointing you in a direction to use more of those matte style tones rather than the, I could use as a contrasting example, like the neon or oversaturated colors. The watercolor tends to resonate with the ideal buyer in a much better way. All right, so I'm back in the Etsy app now, so I can flex this $2.3 million number. Just kidding, that's not why I'm here, but it is a pretty big number. But I want to go into my listings here so we can look at titles and tags. And so when looking at titles and tags for this product type, there are a couple different things I want to isolate. Now, before I get into that, you got to understand that SEO or keywording for your listings on Etsy is a fairly in-depth process. And I have a full hour-long video you can go check out. I did a SEO training at the end of 2024. And so I'd highly suggest to go look at that if you need help with your titles and your tags, because there's a lot to break down with these. But what I want to give you for this product type, or at least the product type keywords for the Tumbler, as well as I want to show you a listing so you can see how I formatted some of these keywords here. So let's jump into that. All right, so first off, you might be wondering, what is a product type keyword? So product type keywords are this. Think of it this way. If someone's coming onto Etsy and they're looking for a tumbler, they might look for that exact tumbler in a handful of different ways. They might call it a tumbler. They might call it a cup. They might call it a travel cup. They might call it a travel mug. They might call it a to-go cup. They might call it a skinny tumbler. They might call it a stainless steel cup. Like, there's a lot of ways in which someone can search for the exact same thing. So the basis of what you're trying to identify when you're doing the research for the keywording for a product type is, what are the specific universal terms that are used over and over and over again? Where's the most search volume actually sitting? And in this case for tumblers, these are your 5 main keywords you're going to see over and over and over again for people looking for the exact same item. So first off, we have tumbler, of course. So that's your main product type keyword. Then you have cup here, which can describe, sometimes different style cups, whether it's a tumbler or maybe it's a coffee mug or maybe it's a different version of a cup. However, a lot of times they are looking for a very similar item to the skinny tumbler. Then you have travel cup, which can kind of fall in that same scenario where a lot of people will find the stainless steel cup as the right fit for a travel cup. Huge bonus is it does fit in cup holders, so it makes sense there. Same thing for travel mug, and then of course to-go cup as well. So where a lot of sellers make mistakes is they literally only have maybe tumbler and then maybe they have cup, but they forget about all these other keywords underneath and they miss out on 50% or more of search volume, which is a big, big problem. You're not going to get the traction on your listings without the right product type keywords mapped out. So you really need to ensure that you always do your research. You're very thorough. Go more in depth than just this. These are the main product type keywords. However, there's other longer tail keywords and other variations of these that you can use as well, depending on the specific niche or micro market you are looking at. So let's go ahead and look at how I've utilized these terms specifically on a listing. All right, so I'm over on the mom tumbler listing right here, and we're going to look at the title first and foremost, and then we'll look at the tags second. Now, one thing I want to note is you're not going to always be able to get all of your product type keywords on every single listing, and especially not just inside of your title. In that case, you would literally have mom tumbler, mom cup, mom travel mug, mom to-go cup, yada, yada, yada. You don't want to just have that. You want to make sure you're really grabbing the search volume here. So as you can see with this title here, we're going to go ahead and isolate it. All right, so with this title, we have personalized mom tumbler for Mother's Day gift for mom, new mom gift for Mother's Day, mom established travel cup for Mother's Day, and mom cup. So in this case, you might be like, okay, that sounds cool. It sounds like you just threw some keywords together, but there's actually some importance with how I actually ordered these and how many phrase exact terms I got out of this formatting with hitting multiple product type keywords. So first off, let's tally up the amount of phrase exact keywords I got with this. I have personalized mom tumbler, so there's 1. I have mom tumbler, there's 2. I have mom tumbler for Mother's Day, there's 3. I have tumbler for Mother's Day, there's 4, because this is a mom cup, so that one definitely makes sense. I have Mother's Day gift for mom, there's 5. I have gift for mom, there's 6. I then have new mom gift, there's 7. I have new mom gift for Mother's Day, there's 8. I have gift for Mother's Day, there's 9. I have mom established travel cup, there's 10. I have travel cup for Mother's Day, there's 11. I have cup for Mother's Day, there's 12. And I have mom cup as well, there's 13. So there's literally 13 phrase exact keywords that all have demand, by the way. They're not just randomly chosen. 13 phrase exact match keywords right in my title while I still hit tumbler, I have travel cup, and I have cup as well, all as phrase exact. All right, and then down over to my tags here. Let's isolate these. So one thing I want to emphasize when you are focused on your tags is you actually want to duplicate those phrase exact terms that you feel are most important in your title, and you want to bring them down to your tags. Etsy's algorithm will put more weight on these terms if you have them both phrase exact in the title and phrase exact in the tags. Now, obviously, you'll run into some issues when you are trying to fit some phrase exact terms in because of Etsy's 20-character limit with your tags. But if you try to make this a main point of emphasis, you're going to generally do pretty good overall with really putting the weight on these phrase terms to have a better chance of indexing in search and then actually getting rank in search as well. Now, with this also, you want to hit kind of your missing product type keywords that you maybe didn't have in your title. And so you won't always get them, like I said before, but you want to try to get the majority of your product type keywords inside of your tags. First off, we have mom cup personalized, which is a great phrase exact term to have in our tags. We have mom tumbler. We have mom tumbler gift, so a more long tail version of that tumbler term. We have new mom tumbler. We have new mom gift. We have mom cup. We have cup for mom, another variation of the cup term. We have mom travel cup. We have mom travel mug. We have Mother's Day gift. We have gift idea for mom, personalized mom cup, and personalized mom. So in this case, we not only doubled down on a lot of those same terms from our title, we were also able to add in these product type keywords with the proper descriptive term in front, with this case being mom for all of these different product type keywords. And then for pricing for this product type, this is actually a screenshot right here of our glitter tumbler when it was cranking away. This is when we had all of our tumblers priced at $22.99. Now we've tested different price points. We've tested out $19.99, $21.99, $22.99, $24.99, $25.99, different shipping prices and whatnot. But what I'd suggest to do in 2025 is actually price your product at $21.99 with $5.99 shipping, so you can come right underneath Etsy's $6 shipping threshold for priority placement in search. So with that being said, you'll actually maintain about a $6 margin, even assuming a good healthy amount spent on ads. So I think that's a really good profitable price point that's still competitive in the market. Now, one thing I want to highlight here is when you get to your price point, whether that is $19.99, $22.99, $25.99, $21.99, whatever, it doesn't matter. You want to get to that price point by running a daily sale. If you look right here, it says sale ends in 12 hours. So this is a tactic I did on all of my tumblers that really helped amplify the conversion. So with this being said, running a 50% off daily sale will help drive conversion and get you down to that price point. So as you can see, it says $45.98 right there. 50% off got me to the $22.99. So you just need to do some math for whatever price point you do choose. Run the daily sale, which will get you down to that price point. And don't forget to add in shipping here. In this case, I would suggest somewhere around $5.99 for shipping. All right, so I'm about to reveal my secret strategies that allowed me to explode my sales with this product type on Etsy. Now, before I reveal exactly what those strategies are, make sure you head down to the link in the description below and get your Inner Circle Prince account created ASAP so you can start applying these untapped product trainings and growing your POD business faster than ever before. And on your way down to that description, make sure you boop that little subscribe button over there so you get notified every single time I release a new untapped product training so you can apply it to your business right away. All right, so with all that being said, let's jump into the secret strategies for tumblers. All right, so secret strategy number one is with seasonal badges. So in this case, you can see this is a Nana tumbler, and during the time frame of Mother's Day, this product can really take off. Now, with having the Great Mother's Day gift badge on this, it does two different things. One, it identifies it as a Mother's Day gift during that time frame, so it's going to naturally catch the buyer's attention a little bit more. But it does something even deeper here. It's calling out exactly what they're looking for. They're looking for a great Mother's Day gift for their Nana in this case. So the likelihood of this improving click-through rate actually goes way up. You're going to have way more people clicking on your listing because you're calling out exactly what they're internally looking for. Now, a bonus to the strategy is having photo number two being a seasonal focus photo to drive more buyers into your shop. So this one I have check out more Mother's Day designs in the WimlyMugs shop. And then I'm showing them some different examples here. So this is going to drive both better conversion because people can go find other items that they're looking for. And naturally, this will also create cross sales. So you're going to have a higher order value due to the fact that they find one for their Nana, one for their aunt, one for their mom, etc. So again, you can utilize these seasonal focus badges with these seasonal focus secondary photos to really help drive better click-through rate as well as conversion rate and cross sales in your business. And then my second secret strategy is one I call the price drop to drive rank strategy. Now with this one, you're intentionally going to be lowering your price down on specific products in order to drive better conversion rate, which will then drive rank for your products. And you do this right before a specific season or event that's upcoming. So I'm going to use Mother's Day as an example. Let's say you're running the price drop to drive rank strategy for Mother's Day. And I'm going to draw out a chart to explain kind of how this process works. So we're going to imagine this left-hand side is search volume, and then the underside right here is time. So we have time down here, and then we have search volume over here. Now, with this being said, let's say this is about a 6-week time frame that stretches the whole graph. We're going to say right now, here is the search volume, and as we get into the season, search volume is going to ramp up really aggressively, kind of right before the event where things are maximized. Now, in order to actually properly leverage this search volume and get sales generated, you need to have rank on somewhere within the first, let's say 20, 30, 40 listings, maybe page 1 results, or depending on what device someone's looking on, whether it's a phone or in the app or on a computer, it's going to be a little bit different with how the page results look. But in the top, 20 listings or so is ideally where you want to land to be able to actually get the search volume. If you're sitting below that for certain terms, you're just not really going to get found. So you're ideally going to drive rank for as many terms as possible right before the event really takes off. So with this context in place, we're going to imagine like you're right here on the timeline. And currently you have a price point of $22.99 in this example. And you want to temporarily bring that price point down to, let's say, $17.99, for example. You're going to be minus $5. So you're not going to really make any money here, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is to get the rank. So as the search volume increases, you're trying to lock your rank in higher in search, so you're grabbing way more of that search volume. Now, right as you get maybe about here on this timeline, let's say you're about 2 weeks in, so let's say this was a 2-week period, 2 weeks right here. Now you have from here to here a 4-week period where you can amplify your sales by 5 or maybe 10x because you're actually visible when that search volume increases. So at this point in time, we're going to change colors to make this a little bit easier to see. Now I got a mess on the page. There we go. So at this point in time right here, your price point is going to go back up to the $22.99. But now, because you've locked in that rank, you're more likely to maintain the rank. And you might be saying like, hey, how would I just maintain my rank then? How is that possible? And the reason why you're able to maintain the rank is because if the sales keep happening on the top, let's say 1 to 25 listings over and over and over again, 80 to 90% of sales are happening there, you're going to keep getting all the attention and all the love for any term that you've ranked for. So your goal is to drive rank for as many terms as possible. And the best way to do this is by taking your same product, your same photos, your same design, your same offer, and just discounting it down by a good percentage, which is usually around a break-even price point, which is going to solidify your ranking surge and allow you to drive 5 or 10x the amount of sales for a season.